let's talk about Microsoft Ads. Used to be called Bing Ads, used to be called Microsoft Ads. Much like Google, they like to switch their names up. I don't know if that's something to keep them fresh and on the top of mind, or just keep people interested in what they're actually doing. But I can tell you that there are a lot of ads managers out there that have never been inside Microsoft Ads, have never touched them, or then when they have, they've never really dove in deep and really injected some traffic and some money into it. Because if they did, there'd be a lot more popularity and the cost of clicks would be a lot higher inside Microsoft Ads. So let's dive into that and talk a little bit more about it and sort of give you the reason why I think in 2024, you should lead with Microsoft Ads. My name is Nick Kramer from Driven Leads. We do paid search marketing for real estate agents predominantly. We do consulting with other large companies. We do consulting for other marketing companies. And we've been doing the rat race that's known as paid search for 15 years. And honestly, I'll be very honest with you, only half of that time have we been really involved in Microsoft and really investing in Microsoft for our clients. And what I mean by that is we had some traffic at the beginning where we were like, well, we can spend money there. We had some snafus with Google where we were having problems with Google turning over. So we knew that there was another search engine out there that we would test. The beauty in Microsoft Ads is that, it's almost identical to Google. The look and the feel is really, really close to Google, and they use a lot of the same terminology. There's an easy button that you can click to transfer all your campaigns from Google into Microsoft. Microsoft will actually pay you money to automate that. Now, let's unpack that real quick. Why would Microsoft pay you money to automate doing your Google into your Microsoft? The simple answer is that it's all smoke and mirrors. It's them putting in auto stuff that is going to spend more of your money, put it in places and in buckets that they need it, not necessarily where it's best for you. So we always say, that's a red flag. If anybody wants to give you money, it's a red flag. Now, if they want to give you money to start your campaigns in there and get things going, perfect. We love that. But if they're trying to give you money, if they're throwing 50 to 100, we've seen $500 for a couple of them, but you have to spend a pretty good amount. But if they're asking you to do this and they're going to give you money, that is 100% them telling you, hey, we'd like you to do this. We're going to make 10x off of what we give you, just as long as you agree to automate everything. Because automating that movement of the campaign stuff over from Google to Bing, let's say the first time you push it over, we do that. It's completely fine. Dumps everything in, but then you've got a checklist you got to go through. You've got to make sure that certain auto-applied stuff similar to Google is turned off. You've got to make sure that your location settings are set properly. You got to make sure that, there really isn't a huge mobile market inside Microsoft Ads, at least one that we've not seen as profitable, so we turn it off as well. But there's those little things and tips and that you need to go through, right? So when you first get started inside Microsoft, really dive down into it. And we can do another video on the ins and outs or the 5 top things that we see with Microsoft while you're getting things going, because I think it's important. But just know that out of the box, it's still a pretty good solution. You still get pretty good traffic. We still get a lot of people coming to us and saying, hey, when looking at my numbers, we see a lot of good leads generated. We see deals coming from Microsoft. Why is that? For real estate, I'll tell you right now, the reason we see that happening is because the demographic for Microsoft is an older demographic. It's the baby boomers. It's the baby boomers and Gen X, and there's really not much younger traffic there. Now, what that equates to is with real estate, baby boomers have money, they own a house, and they are looking for another house. So there's an opportunity to get two sides there. There's an opportunity to sell a house and to help somebody buy a house. Now, the crazy thing, what you see with Microsoft and Bing leads, is they're more apt to answer their damn phone. I mean, crazy, right? That's the kind of thing that we hear from everybody is, well, some people aren't answering their phone, or they'll respond to text but not very well. Well, yeah, you do the same thing. Everybody does the same thing. You've got to work a little bit harder. You've got to give a little bit more and provide a little bit more to that lead, to give them a reason to respond, to give them a reason to interact. With Microsoft, not as much. And there are people that'll talk on the phone because they want to talk to a human, because that's the way they came up, is they came up talking to humans, so they wouldn't mind listening to what a human has to say now. So that's where we see the gold inside Microsoft, is the fact that you're getting leads that are being more interactive and talking to you. Now, at the end of the day, the old adage of a lead is a lead, and it all comes down to how you work it, how you manage it, and how you let it age, right? So again, these leads are great, and it's great to get traffic at what we see is maybe 2/3 the cost of what Google is for the lead cost. Now, the downfalls of Microsoft are out there too, but if we've got a client that has a budget of, let's say, $2,500, if we can spend $1,000 to $1,500 of that inside Microsoft before we go into Google, we see that as a win. We see that as a great opportunity. And in the last 2 years, we've been pushing harder for people to go into Microsoft. The funny thing is people are dipping their toe in the water. I like Google. I know Google's going to work. People are telling me Google's going to work. So what we do is we get Google running, we replicate over the campaign, and then we start to move money. And what you start to see is clients, if you're paying attention to your leads, if you're following up with them, if you're actually tracking what's working and what isn't, you're going to see people coming back, and we see it happen. And it's kind of funny because we see you understanding, hey, this is a better lead, let's move over this way. So that's why in 2024, we're going to tell people, let's start with Microsoft. Let's start with a budget in there, and let's be okay with going over there, because 9 times out of 10, we got clients saying, yeah, this is a great lead. Keep this going. This is what's working for us. We like it. So keep that in mind. Again, we'll go deeper into it in future videos on tips and tricks on how to run Microsoft and sort of what it looks like underneath the hood. But don't sleep on it, man. I'm telling you, it's a great opportunity. There's a great subset in there, and it's probably 25% of the traffic that Google has, or maybe less. But it's not nothing. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about what I just said about Microsoft ads, put them down in the comments section. We'd love to hear it. If you have questions, reach out to me. My direct email is nick@drivenleads.com. Support@drivenleads.com is going to get a for sure answer within a day. Or call us. We love to talk about this. If you're seeing Microsoft on your side, or you're even having problems with it and you want us to jump in and help you take a look, we'd love to do that. Again, thanks for spending a couple of minutes with us and learning a little bit more about what's out there and what you might not have known before. Have a great day, and hope to see you again soon.